Hey guys, this week yet another update video. So let's get into it right away and show you all the updates that have been pushed live in the last week or week and a half. So the first update is actually inside the Flow Builder. We are now able to update the order status directly inside of the Flow Builder. Previously you needed to do an API call and you needed to go to the API Swagger documentation and set up this entire API call. We made it a little bit more simple by just going towards an action block. So let me just insert an action block right away. And from this action block, we can go towards the e-commerce tab all the way at the bottom. And from here, we will be able to add the update order status. From here, if we press the edit action, we will be able to insert the order ID. And you can also see where the order has been created by. For example, the bot user or any bot user. And then you can set the status to paid, ordered, processing, shipped, completed, cancelled, and refunded. So basically all the different kinds of order statuses that we provide are now included inside of this simple action block. Another update is inside of the conditions tab, where you can now have a new condition called match pattern. So if we go there, you will be able to set up a condition block. And from here, you'll be able to add a new condition group, plus add new condition. And let's say we're going with a custom field that I have. And the update is inside of the operator. So if we press the dropdown, you will be able to also match a specific pattern. You can also make it case sensitive if you need to, but you also have a few hints here. So a single character of A, B, or C, a character except A, B, or C, and you have a whole list of things that you can match a certain pattern for. So this gives a whole new variety of being able to set up all kinds of conditions based on this kind of logic. Another useful update is, and this has actually been requested by quite a few users, is that you are able to insert spaces in between certain sections of words. So you can do this inside of the condition block itself, where you can just go to a new condition. And for example, if we go to another custom field again, you are now able to say A, B, C, and then another set of data behind it. So previously this space was ignored, but now the space will also count as an extra character and will determine how this condition works. The same goes for setting a variable. So if we go towards the variables overview, so if we go with an action, we can go with a basic setting, set a variable. You are now able to set a custom variable. Let's say we are going with a winner. And now you will be able to set that space inside of this value as well. You can now have a space in between two kinds of pieces of data. You are now also able to set specific math formulas based on comparison between certain data, right? So the way to do this is inside of a condition block, you can check any kind of number field in this case. So let's say that I have a number field and I want to use, let's say this one. We can now do a math formula. So let's go towards the operator and then search for a certain formula that we want to, let's say greater than. And from here, you can do any kind of math formula that you like. So if we say we want to compare two numbers, let's go with another number. Let's say quantity 1. And this should be plus 5, for example. So the number custom field, so the num custom field should be greater than the value of the below custom field plus 5 in this case. And this is really useful because you can now do math formulas inside the value field itself. Quite a few users had an issue where the time zones of the user's profile did not match the actual time zone of that user. Most often this issue arises when a user is inside the daylight savings time zone, right? So the clock gets set back an hour or gets pushed forward 1 hour. So the way to make sure that the user profile is actually working for this particular user, you can now do an action directly inside of your flow builder. So for example, you could set up a workflow that triggers every 6 months, or you trigger it manually, where the user's profile is being updated by UChat. So the way to do this is really simple. We can go inside of an action block, then we can go towards the advanced actions, and there you will have the update user profile. Once doing so, this will, and you will also have a notification, only updates once every 24 hours. This is a limitation inside the API, but this should not matter because this will help you fix that time zone error as well. A new theme has been added as well, called Jellybean. So the way to access the theme is by going towards the 3 dots to the right of the publish button. Then we can go to the change theme. And from here, if we scroll down, you will see that we have Jellybean at the end. From here, you will be able to apply the change. And we'll see that it's a little bit different than the other ones, but definitely a really good theme as well. So if you prefer this kind of flow builder layout, which is a fantastic feature in UChat because you can customize the flow builder to your own liking by choosing one of the 10 themes at the moment, then you are able to do so really easily. Another useful update is inside the Telegram channel, where now the profile images of your bot users will also be fetched. So the Telegram channel will pull the bot user profile image directly, so it displays a little bit better inside of your context overview. A fantastic new feature has been added towards the comment trigger growth tool, and this is only for Facebook and Instagram, where you can select posts to allow the chatbot to interact with anyone that likes the post and comments on the post itself. Now, previously, not all posts like dark posts or Facebook ads posts are showing up inside of the overview, but we fixed this with a really powerful feature. If we go towards that simple overview, you can go towards automation, then go towards comment keywords, press a new comment keyword, and then from here you will see track the comments on all posts. But if we press the drop down, you will now have all the different kinds of posts on your channel. But if for some reason the specific post is not going to be fetched, then you are now able to fetch the custom post ID. Once doing so, you only have to insert the post ID itself. It also shows an example, as you can see here. So you will only need the post ID and not the full URL. But this way you will be able to fetch any post connected towards your Facebook page and your Instagram account. A new option has been added towards the Mini App 2.0 version, where you can build mini apps like you are building chatbots inside of the Flow Builder. A new option has been added where now you can also add an action if the request has failed. So if we press the action here, you can also add an extra action plus set action failed. As you can see here, action will stop processing here with the above error message. And with this, you can set up an error message, which is extremely useful when trying to troubleshoot your mini apps. Another amazing feature inside of the e-commerce section is that you can now automatically create Stripe and PayPal checkout URLs. So this is fantastic to be able to produce those checkout links really quickly. And the way to do this is by just going towards an action block. You can then go to the e-commerce section, and then you will have the Stripe and PayPal checkout URLs at the bottom. If we go with Stripe first, you will see that you can enter every single piece of information that you want to. So you will be able to save the checkout URL. You will be able to select a product from your product category, and it will already fetch different kinds of products connected to your Stripe account. You can also say custom product. If you want to do so, you can just insert the item name, the item pricing, description, and the item image. And if you want to require a billing address, you can even enable this as well. You can then press save, and then you will be able to use the checkout URL inside the custom field that you saved it to. If we go with the PayPal, it's almost pretty similar. So if we go with PayPal checkout, you will see that you will be able to save the checkout URL to a certain custom field of your own liking, and then you will be able to insert an item name, an item price, and an item description. And this allows you to really speed up the checkout process, and you can just customize this to your own liking. And the last update that we have for you is that you can now align blocks inside of your flow builder. So this is really easy to do, and especially for people with OCD like me, it's a fantastic feature to have. So what you can do now is you can just align the blocks. As you can see here, you will have certain guidelines, certain rules where you can now be able to align blocks above and also next to each other. So if we want to do a block below, you will see that we can automatically align it in the middle of each of those blocks. And it's really easy to do, and it takes almost next to none effort to be able to set this up really quickly. So you can see how easy this is to implement. And with this last update, we have come to the end of this update video. So if you enjoyed this week's updates, do consider dropping a like. And if you want to be notified of more of these update videos and when they go live, then do press the subscribe button to be notified as soon as we implement a new video onto the channel. For now, have a great weekend, take care, and talk soon.